we knew coming out, facing this team, years I was at Robert Morris and just following the program, Coach Brady's teams just play so hard, and it's never over till that final buzzer goes off. So told these guys at halftime they're going to try and make this last 20 minutes last about an hour and 45 minutes. So just embrace the fight. Hopefully they don't make a run, but if they do, let's be ready for the run. And I thought, we handled it well. They got it down to 5, and then made some big plays, got some stops, got some rebounds. Both these guys made some big free throws, and that's kind of what we've been doing, just finishing games.
Question?
Where does that first half rank in terms of how the teams played this season?
Defensively, I think I did some quick math at halftime, and I think it was 16 points in 32 possessions, which is half a point of possession, which would probably maybe lead the country by a little bit.
So the best half you played?
Best defensive half we've had all season, correct? Yep.
But do you embrace those metrics like pace of play metrics, things like that? You look at those?
I look at them. We don't get too carried away with them. A lot of that, a lot of our pace is people just have the ball so long on offense against us, right? So that kind of shortens the game a little bit. We pick our spots, when to run, when to not run, and lately we've been getting some leads and then milking the clock a little bit. So, I wouldn't say that pace of play shows that we play at like a snail's pace. It's just kind of how we manage the game, and these guys know. At the end of the half, bang bang, Lord transition 3, DJ transition 3, and it busted it open until 16. So we say if we're going to break, let's break responsibly.
Talk about turnovers. I mean, you guys come into tonight averaging just over 13 a game. I mean, you blew them out of the water tonight. You forced 22.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like every night you guys are, just improving on numbers from previous games. How do you just continue to motivate them?
Just our activity level. We believe it or not, actually practice stealing the ball in practice. The way some of our slides and our defense is built. There's some built-in steals, and it helps a little bit that you have a guy that's going to be the all-time leader in the history of college basketball out on the top of your zone, roaming around out there. But I wasn't necessarily pleased with the 18 turnovers we had, but we still were +4. I think we're +5.5 on the year. So we're still happy that we won that battle.
For either of the players, what's kind of been the key here? You guys have been rolling in conference play. Just what's been kind of the key over the last month for you guys?
I guess you could say I literally wore the shirt for that purpose, but just unity, just staying together. Like, we never know whose night it's gonna be, but like we tend to just like feed the hot hand, and we literally, like, on defense, like, we pride ourselves on defense, and like we tell each other that, like, yo, if you play hard, I'm gonna play hard, and like we gonna play hard, like, together as a team. And literally, like, every day we practice hard and literally bring it to the game, and I guess you could say that's literally our mojo.
Idris, you had 2 more offensive fouls. Charges,
it
should have been 3. I was gonna say, does that kind of give you a little bit of motivation, knowing that you can go out there and draw fouls against the other team on the defensive half like that?
Most definitely. I mean, a lot of times once I get a charge, it hurts the other team. It counts as a turnover as well as a foul. So a lot of guys, they'll start to get nervous necessarily coming down to the paint. They might not want to drive full speed at me. They might take a crazy shot, and it might just happen to roll out, and it's just better for us. So if we can get it out, just get down the court and score.
Did you guys notice how upset he was when they didn't call that one, right? And that's probably why he's so good at taking them, right? He just takes so much pride, and these guys run around like crazy, and they run people off the line, and then all of a sudden here comes this guy sliding in to take the charge. So people do start to, as much as they look around like where's Hayes at, it also seems like when people get into the paint after he takes that first one, it's like, all right, where's this 6'3" 5-man that's going to come take a charge on me? We have no idea where he is. Not a 5, right?
Juvaris, has anyone said that compare you to someone else, like who you play like? Has anyone, or do you think you play like someone, or do you have someone you admire that you think you play like?
Yeah, wait for
Give me a lot of options. Give me a lot of options here.
I guess you could say I've heard Russell Westbrook from like the stat line and like D2, but like overall, like I've heard like a bunch of like Rajon Rondo comparisons. They used to be like
that's a good
one
one.
of my favorite players.
You know who Kyle Anderson is, right?
Yeah.
So you know what he's known for?
Absolutely.
Playing in slow motion. Yeah.
Yeah.
You play in slow motion sometimes too. Has no one ever made that type of comparison to you? You were very, you do things at your pace.
I guess you could say one time, I think it was one of my assistants from St. Anne's. That's actually funny. He said I moved slower than Kyle Anderson when I
Move slower than Kyle Anderson?
Yeah, at some point he said I moved slower than Kyle Anderson at some point. But I guess you could say like over the years, like I've learned to like play at my pace and not to let nobody speed me up. So I guess like when you see that, and then you just see me just like trying to like make myself comfortable in the moment.
So when you have sprints in practice, does he win any sprints?
If he wanted to.
Oh, if he wanted to.
Yeah. Sometimes.
So are you fast?
Very fast. I'm a multi-athlete sport player, so I guess you could say I'm fast.
Yeah. All right. I just don't run fast. It's.
I'm quick.
All right. These aren't insults, you know. It's a good thing.
No, it's true. And he
yeah.
changes speeds. He pays at his
Right.
pace.
Yeah.
But then there's times where he gets a steal and he's landing in the basket before anyone else even moves. So he does have a burst. He just doesn't always choose to use it.
What would you say he does best?
I mean, it'd be hard to say what he does on the defensive end. His obviously all the numbers are through the roof throughout his career. But I think if you were to talk to opposing coaches, the biggest thing they probably fear is what he does on the defensive end. And it's not as, there's the steals are one thing, but there's the deflections where other guys get steals, or just people not even want to kind of throwing the ball in his area. So he's almost, what's the stat in football where they judge the cornerbacks on where they don't even throw to their side?
Yeah.
I think he has a little bit of that to him as well.
Idris, you confirm that foot race thing? You could race him?
Jace cannot beat me. He cannot beat me.
I mean, back in high school, I got him a couple times, but now he's gotten most of them for the most part.
Juice, we talk about, you being a power player in the paint, but seen a couple times tonight, you got a chance to get out and extend your offensive opportunities. You were able to knock down a couple of threes, and one of them late, when they were trying to make a push. What does it mean for you to kind of be able to show off more of your offensive attack?
I mean, it's mainly just like something that I've always been able to do. It's just a matter of, I just got to make the shot. It's obvious I can score down low. I mean, I feel like I'm a good all-around scorer. It's just a matter of just making a shot. Whether it's a mid-range or a three or a layup, it doesn't matter. Like, I just got to knock it down.
What do you like more, taking a charge or hitting a three?
Taking a charge, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
I would definitely say he loved taking a charge. Like literally, like in a game, like you see someone get jumped over, and literally any other possession after that, I don't think they would like sacrifice their body for like another charge. But I guarantee 10 times out of 10, he would definitely get back down there and do the same thing over and over.
You took a timeout with 11:18 left in the game.
Yep.
To get him back in the game?
To get all three of the seniors back.
All three of the seniors back in the game.
Yep, it was.
It's an unusual time to call a
Yeah,
timeout.
it got down to 7. We knew we had a media coming around the corner, but as you guys know, there that other media earlier in the first half, that under 8 I don't think went till about 5:30. So I didn't want that 7 to get down to 3, or and it was not that you don't trust those other guys, but when it comes down to the nitty gritty, these guys have won a lot of games, and we just want to get them back on the floor.
So I would say, let me have an opinion here about you guys. So you are a great defensive team. Offensively?
Good enough to win.
Right, okay. But do you ever think about how good you could be if you were better offensively?
Yeah, I mean,
Is that you're smiling at you? Thank you.
Yeah, it's not for a lack of effort. Here's the thing we don't. So if we probably ran a little bit more, it'd probably generate a few more easy baskets, right? But what that would sacrifice on the other end, we just don't think that it's worth it. So sure, we could probably go score 75 and run a little more and take a few quicker shots, but it doesn't really almost like football time of possession, so we're gonna go defend for 21 seconds. And then we go take a quick shot, and then it kind of takes the air out of us to have to go defend again. So, I think our, as the analytics would show, the points per possession would maybe be a little bit higher if we ran a little bit more.
Right.
Right? But I don't know if that necessarily, I think that would hurt our defense. So what we're doing is we're playing good enough to win.
Obviously.
Yeah.